I know, it's always perfect when I'm muted.
All right. So, Daz. So who's okay. So Daz has a dope setup. I like it. I use his 3-point fractal or whatever, or I call it fractal breakdown. I just use it a little bit. I just use it a little bit differently than he does. And I start. So I'll show you this week's example. The trade that I took today. It was a beautiful trade on KJ. I start on 4 hours, and I look for a fractal breakdown in 4 hours. What I mean by that is I look for a 1, 2, 3 pattern. So FYI, if you guys want this indicator right here, it's free in the marketplace, in MT4 marketplace. It's called adjustable fractal, and you can set 1 and 1 because the one that comes with MT4, I think it's 2 and 2 on both sides, but we need a 1 and 1. So here's the fractal last week. Here's your candle number 3, right? So I'll just mark it up to make it real clear so there's no confusion. 1. Come on, baby. 1, 2, 3. Hey, you guys mute your mics, please, if you can, unless you want to say something, you want to say hi. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, you draw your line on the high of candle number 3. When 3 gets broken, this becomes 4. It's not always the next candle. When it gets broken, and this is how I see this working, this becomes 4. So you draw another line on top of candle number 4, at the wick of candle number 4. And then I go to 1 hour. So I start with 4 hours. I find my fractal. When candle number 3 gets broken, I draw a high on candle number 4. I go to 1 hour. We'll go live, real time. That's when it got broken. So now I have a buying bias. I have an up bias or long bias. So I'm only looking for buys. I'm only looking for longs. I'm not interested in any shorts. Then I go to 15 minutes. Oh, well, let me just show you. So later on, there was this fractal, right? 1, 2, 3. You draw your line here, it never broke. So I still have a long bias. 1, 2, 3, you draw your line here, it never broke. I still have a long bias. 1, 2, 3, sorry. 1, 2, 3, you draw your line here, it never broke. I still have a long bias. So when I started today's New York or London and New York session, I was only looking for longs. Okay, we're clear on that. So once I have a 4 hour, 1 hour trend or a bias, I do this. I go here and I write buy, or you can write long, whatever. And I make it big so that I could see it. Okay, I'm only looking for buys on this currency. So then I go on my 15 minutes and I look for the same thing, a fractal breakdown on 15 minutes. So this is the start of the day, which is Friday. London session started somewhere here, right? So I started trading somewhere around here. We can do this in real time so I could show you. So here's a fractal, 1, 2, 3, right? I draw my line up here. And it got broken right there. So, or you can do this one, 1, 2, 3. Let's do that one. but technically this one's lower. So I would have probably been going off of this one. Okay. When there's a close, or actually they're about the same. 1, 2, 3, it gets broken. You draw another one on 4, right? So this is 1, 2, 3. 3 gets broken. This becomes 4. Sorry. You draw another one on 4, and you go to 5 minutes. When 5 minute closed above it, just like 4 hours and 1 hour, now I'm looking for buy setups. So I draw my Fibonacci, and I look for a retracement into a 62% retracement level, a minimum of 50. But a 62 is preferable. And this was my long entry. Somewhere here. And you ride this thing up. And then I will collapse the trade at a 1-to-1. So let's see. Stop would be 8 pips or 9 pips. So somewhere around here, I would take profit 1. And then it continue going, and I would collapse this trade when 5 minutes fractal breaks down. So 5-to-1. So 1, 2, 3. You draw a line here. It gets broken here, right? So this becomes 4. 1 minute never got to it. So you keep the trade open. 1, 2, 3. You draw a line there. Sorry. It gets broken here. You go to 1 minute. You go to 1 minute. I would either collapse it here. Well, no, because you got to get at the wick. Yeah, so I would probably collapse it here. Not probably. I did collapse it here. So I closed this trade that I had running. So I basically got a 1-to-1 on first one, and a 3-to-1, almost a 3-to-1 on the second one. Then when the 5 minute breaks it down, I go back to 15. Well, I'll always go back to 4 hour and 1 hour and check the bias, which in this case it was up, because at no time did a fractal breakdown happen to the downside. 1, 2, 3 is still held. 1, 2, 3 is doing it now. So I have a long bias, and I'm only looking for buys. So then let's look at a different scenario. Even if we went off of this one, because I do like to go off the lowest one. The reason why I said this one is because they never broke this, meaning there was never a close under it. So they rejected off of it. And this is a lower fractal that I could use so I can get a better entry. That's why I said I'm going to use this one. And I did in real time, in real life. Let me see if I could do this probably. Oh yeah, right here. Oh yeah, look at that. So these were my trades. Collapsed one here and collapsed it when it broke down again. And then I shut this down, but in New York, it happened again. So 15 minutes, right? I have a 4 hour, 1 hour bias. I'm looking for longs, buys only. So 1, 2, 3, close under it. 5 minutes, probably closed under it somewhere here, right? Come on, baby. Boom. If you go to 5 minutes, you had to close under it. So now the trend or the bias on 15 to 5 is sell, but I'm not looking for sells. This is why. because it never went anywhere. It only stopped you out, went back down, pissed you off, went back up. You probably got in somewhere here because you were pissed. But I have a 4 hour, 1 hour long bias, buying bias. I'm only looking for buys. That's why I avoid this shit. So I simply wait for a breakdown of a fractal to the upside again, which happened here's a fractal, 1, 2, 3, right? It never broke up. Here's another fractal, 1, 2, 3. It never broke up. Here's another fractal, 1, 2, 3. Ah, perfect. You draw your first line. When that gets broken, you look for 4, which this one broke it. So you put it on top of that and you go to 5 minutes. Here's your entry, here's your signal on 5 minutes, right? So you draw your Fibonacci. Who's talking? All right, you draw your Fibonacci. You get in on a 50, or you got a perfect 62 retracement. Give you a perfect entry right here. There's a small drawdown, so your stop is 15 pips. Take profit 1 gets hit right away. You let it run, and you collapse it when 5 minute breaks down. So your buy signal was here again, and this is in London now or in New York now. You either got in there or you got in there based on a 15 minutes fractal that got broken down by 5 minutes. Just like 4 hours, 1 hour, I use 15.5. So you get in here or here, whichever one you prefer. I like to go till 62 or 61.9, whatever it is. And then you collapse it when 5 minute and 1 minute breaks it down. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. One, 2, 3, no close under it. 1, 2, 3, no close under. 1, 2, 3, there's a close under, right? So you go to the, come on. You go to the bottom of this, you go to 1 minute, there's no close under it. So you hold the trade. 1, 2, 3, no close under it. 1, 2, 3, no close under it. 1, 2, 3, there's a close under it. Under 3. Boom, you go to 1 minute, collapse your trade here. So you look back at this, you got in here or here, this is where I get in. You hit your 1-to-1, you set it at break even. And so you got a 1-to-1 here, and you collapse the trade at another 3-to-1. So on this single move, on this single currency, with a 4 hour bias, which happened here, 4 hour bias to 1 hour breakdown, 15-minute bias to a 5 minute breakdown. You had 2 good trades, and both gave you basically a 1-to-1, 2, 3. It gave you set 8-to-1. You would have gotten 8-to-1 in a single currency on a single setup. So
Times 2.
what's up? Times 2, yeah. So you could have, I just missed this New York trade, but you could have gotten, if you risked 1% per position, you could have gotten 8% on this single thing. And no,
I was actually them fractals. You know, normal rules are even if it don't close below the 3-bar fractal, it invalidates the trade. But I've been looking at it. I'm thinking if it don't close, then that fractal's still valid. So I'm going to have a look at that again.
Repeat that again.
I've just seen some of what you just showed me. where you get the 3-bar fractal at the bottom on one of the buoys there, and another bar wick down below it, but it didn't close below that fractal. And that's it still validates that lower fractal.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean this right here.
I'm going to look at this. On a see, it doesn't close below the fractal. You take that notice of the wick. So I'm going to look at that rule and see how it applies.
You mean this right here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They just, the way I see it is, this is the low. They went down there, but they wicked into it, but they didn't break it. And so, but they gave me another fractal that's very close to this one. That's pretty much at the same. I mean, you're talking half a pip. And then I got a better entry on it. Here's my pullback, here's my entry, and you run. So, but even if you went off of this one, look at this. Even if you went off of this one, 1, 2, 3, right? It gets broken here. You go to 5 minutes, it gets broken here somewhere. You draw your fibs. Here's your entry. Perfect OTE. I mean, you're talking, bro, you're talking 0 drawdown, 1.5 pip drawdown, and it runs. So that's how I use it. Let's look at a different example.
It looks really good, actually.
Yeah, let's look at
As I said, I've said it to the people in the FX Factory forum. They're going, yeah, but you should be doing this way, you should be doing that way. Like, no. All I've noticed is using them 4-bar patterns, you see explosion in the market. So you can have a strategy using the EMA. You can have a strategy using if it breaks a consolidation. People have got different ways they want to use it. So it's using it to the best of your ability and what you're comfortable with. So there's many ways you can actually use this, like you're proving now.
Look at this. I traded all of this today. I took a buy here. Oh no, this was this a buy or a sell? Oh, this was a sell that I closed down. But I had a sell. I had sells here, didn't close them. But when it came up to here, I closed them. But then this worked out. So I'll break this down because this just happened. Let me delete this. I just don't want you guys to think I'm blowing smoke up here. I'm actually trading this, and it's working pretty good. So I had a sell bias. Why? Because last week they broke it down and they never changed it. I'll show it to you. Last week. So 1, 2, 3. Come on. Boom. 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 Okay. 1, 2, 3. Break 3. You go to 1 hour. Close under 3. Close under 4. Sorry. So from this point on, it's a sell bias. I'm only looking for sells. From this point on. So half of last week and all of this week on EJ, I was only looking for sells. Let me show you this trade right here. I traded this. I'll show you that I traded it. Where are you?
I think we believe you.
Don't worry, mate.
Right, whatever.
We've been discussing it for a while now, and it looks like
so
one thing which I'm really glad I spoke to you about now is you're using the bias from, say, the previous week and the previous fractal being broken. And if it doesn't come back up and break it, it's still in that mold.
Yeah.
So for our fractal play looking for sales, when it comes back up on the 4-hour chart and the fourth bar break going long, still in your. I haven't looked at that yet, that process. So that's another armory in my artillery which I need to look at.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So when the week started, I was looking for shorts all week. And you could see, I mean, you could see these moves happening. And it was based on this.
How important the fourth bar is.
So this is the fourth bar, or this
I mean,
is
because you've got your bias of sell from the previous week.
yep.
If you go into the new week, you do get a couple. You get a couple of bar patterns, and then you get a fourth bar what never breaks or closes.
Nope.
So that's the reason I've implemented this strategy, because I've noticed it on all pairs every single week.
Yeah. So look, you have this fractal right here, right? 1, 2, 3, and then you copy it to 4. You go to 1 hour. There is oh there is there. There was, so it did change for a second. Let me just double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So because the week, the free.
Yeah. So it did change for a second, but then it broke it back down. Meaning 1, 2, 3, trade under it. Or here, actually, like this. Close under 3. So it did break it here, but then it broke it back down. So I still had a sell bias. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, close under it. You go to 1 hour. Here's your trade right there. So then this is the trade that I'm talking about. It went, you go on 15 minutes. So I have a sell bias and I'm looking for a fractal breakdown. 1, 2, 3, no close under it. Come on. Come on. There you go. 1, 2, 3. I got to close under it. I go to 5 minutes. I got a 5-minute close under it, and look at that.
That's forever.
Jeez. This was insanity. I remember trading this. This was crazy.
Which me up. It's like James, no, it's not. Because the fourth closing can actually be the 8th bar closing above the bar because of consolidation. So some notes I thought I'd bring. I'm working with the group and on the forum.
You're breaking up, bro. I couldn't hear anything. Sorry, man.
Still breaking up.
Yeah, it's quite hard to get you.
It was breaking up earlier. Oh, where'd he go?
Oh man.
Huh? Didn't want him to go.
No, he's still in here.
You chased him away. No, I'm kidding you.
So let me show you why you wouldn't trade this to the upside. Because it never broke down on 15. 1, 2, 3, no close. 1, 2, 3, no close. 1, 2, 3, no close. No close, no close, no close, no close. Nothing.
Are you talking about longs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why I would not trade this long? Because 15 and 5 minute never. It finally happened here. So I guess you could have traded it. 1, 2, 3, close above 3, 5 minutes, close above that. I guess if you really wanted to, if you were desperate, trading at the end of the day, you could have gotten here somewhere, but it never reached your fibs. Let's say
it didn't reach OTE.
Yeah, so So you couldn't have traded. So it changed in the middle of the week, but then it changed right back.
Yeah.
So by the time this trade actually came around, it was already changed back. So you would be looking for shorts, not for longs.
I agree.
Anybody have any questions?
You always trade 50% of the fib on 5 minutes?
I tried to do 62. I tried to do 62, not 50.
Okay.
Just because it gives me a smaller stop loss
Mm-hmm.
and it's more accurate. But you will miss some trades. You definitely will.
So,
So check this out. This happened in New York, and I traded this down right here. And I just collapsed these trades earlier today. So I had a sell bias. Here's your 1, 2, 3 breakdown. Close under 3. You go to 5 minutes. Close under that. So you draw your fibs. You see what I'm talking about? It hit 50, came down. I guess you could have, but then it would have what? Got you out, then went back down. But when it went up to 62, that's it. It wicked it, went down, wicked it, and I finally got tired of it and I collapsed him here. I collapsed him.
Whip it.
Yeah. I
A
collapsed.
lot of whipping right there.
Oh yeah.
Whip it good.
I collapsed it when this happened. 1, 2, 3, right here. When it got a close above it, I was actually going off of this one because this one never closed underneath, and this close happened. So then I went to 1 minute, and when my 1 minute closed right here, I think I collapsed him here. Let me check.
It's a rough one, man. Scalping like that, 1 minute, 5 minutes. It's not an easy job right there.
Yeah, but look, bro, I got.
No, I got you. You're good. I see. No, you're good.
Yeah, but it's yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess it is rough, but you start with 4 hours. You build your bias.
Yeah, for sure.
Hour, right.
I'm just in the process of chilling it out, and you're getting me back into here.
Yeah,
man. As well.
yeah.
No, but I it's great, man. It's great how you 4 to 1 to 15 to 5, and it's got that method right there. It's good.
Look at this trade right here. So sell bias, right?
Yeah.
Right here. This was what, Thursday, Wednesday? This was Wednesday. Let's look at this. 1, 2, 3. Break 3. 5 minutes. Boom. Draw your fibs. Look at that. I mean, come on. Come on.
The only, listen to me. I scalp just like you, but different method. But the only thing is that 8 pips stop loss at 1% of equity. It's a rough one, right?
Well, okay, use less.
Right. But you usually at 8 to 10 pips stop loss, correct?
But check this out, bro. You got a 10 pip stop loss.
Right.
And this thing went down for
no, right. But I always think what happens if I get into that chop market, and you get in, and then you get in, and you get in, and then there you go, 8 pips. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I'm just worried about the risk part here.
Yeah. We all gotta do what's comfortable to all of us.
Right. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
I could live with that.
Yeah, I can live with that. I can. The reason why I wait for a 62% retracement is because I want a less of a stop loss.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good idea.
Yep. So. And it will save you out of, it will get you out of some trades,
Yeah.
What you could do, I'll tell you what you can do. You can measure from here to here. Now you have a 20 pip stop loss, but your entry is here. So now you're saving half of it.
Right.
You know, you're
Yeah.
saving 10 pips. And so you're counting as if your stop loss is 20 pips.
Right.
So you would get in half. That could work also. And you either collapsed it, you probably collapsed it here, but then Fractal broke down again here somewhere, and you could have got in again. Yeah, this is what Chris keeps drawing right here, this order block, and he kept rejecting off of it. Yeah, so I mean, we can go through. You guys want to find another one?
No, could you explain how you find your bias at first, Max, please? I know you do it on the 4-hour.
Yeah.
What do you look for, to be honest, to be straight out?
Fractal breakdown. Same thing. Same exact thing, except on 4-hour, 1 hour. Meaning,
Right.
here is a fractal.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. You draw a line under 3. Number 4 candle breaks it, right?
Yeah.
Right there. You draw your line under number 4, and you go to 1 hour. When 1 hour closes underneath it, that's it. I have a higher time frame bias.
Yeah.
I'm only looking for sells.
Got it.
Then, when I'm looking for sells, I go on 15 minutes, and I do the same exact thing, 15 to 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I get my, and then once I get a breakdown from 15 to 5, I draw my fibs,
Fibs.
and I get on an OTE.
Perfect.
That's it. Stop loss above. Take profit.
Max, go back a little bit on that. Stop right there. Didn't you get put into this part of the trade and actually trade that?
Yeah, one of those. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
Because if you go ahead and drag the screen over to the point to where you don't see this stuff here, you see what? Okay, come back to the, come back over a little. That stop right there. I'll come back over a little more. Keep going. I don't know where that breakdown was that I drew up. Keep coming over a little more. There you go, stop. Okay, so when you were doing your analysis in this is the first, that was your first. This is your, that was a 4 right here. Yeah. And now we see a breakdown below that. Wouldn't you have gotten in like that?
1, 2, 3, close under 3, 5 minute closed somewhere here. I would have got in right here.
Exactly. That's what I was looking at. So you would have gotten in right about there with a stop somewhere up here.
Yeah. The only thing, you never retraced to a fib. But because there was a move already, I might have got in without the fib.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I do that sometimes.
Well, that's the fib thing is new.
Yeah, the fib thing is new. The fib thing is today.
That was today.
Yeah.
So because now I see where that rule is going to come and play, not that I'm trying to bore the rest of the world, but I see what you were looking at, because that'll keep you from getting into some of these trades that are going to fail.
Yeah. So remember what you taught me when it does a short retracement.
Right.
Doesn't come up to 50.
Yeah, it's going to go into a lot of play at that point.
And then does this right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it did it perfectly, just as I told you.
Exactly. And then look what happened. Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry, guys. But I was just trying to, because if I was listening to what he's saying right now, I know that this thing is breaking down and that there's going to be a trade somewhere in here before you see it. And then it comes down. Well, mind you, if it came down there, you can also, if it started flipping back, you might have your stop somewhere in here, so you didn't lose anything. But still, at the same point, it's going north now. So you have to go back up to the 4-hour again and start over, right?
Yeah, but if you went if you went to the 4-hour, it would still be a sell bias. So you could have got in. Well, here's the London session. 1. Again, this never broke, so I would end up using this one. 1, 2, 3, close under it. Here's your entry. Look at this. To the pip.
Absolutely.
To the pip. 0 drawdown. Boom. No, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. And I think with some market knowledge like what you have, Chris, you would be catching these trades also, not waiting for a retracement.
Without a doubt. I would be slamming this down. This would be a pure, in fact, I would have been looking at this mess right here, up here, based upon a pull from there to there, and seeing that it's not breaking this area here again. So I would end up taking a trade out. I probably would have got in like in here, like in that area somewhere here. But you don't have your what are they? The moving averages up there, so you can't really tell where the entry is because it would have been a little party, right? Let me just do this. What are you doing?
It'd have been hugging this. Looks like it'd been hugging the 20 MA. By the look of it.
Yeah, if I would have been looking at that guy, I would have been entering somewhere in that circle to take a scalp, and then I would have had a stop right about there. So it would have come back. It would have been a little uncomfortable for a little bit with that chop in there, but it never came above that area, and that would be my my scalp.
Yep.
Max, put the 20 MA on because it looks like it's going to start in the 20 MA by the look of it, and that's where this method is really powerful as well. When it hugs,
Exponential?
Yeah.
Right, guys, I've got to do a shoot. Thanks very much, Max and Darren. Well, everybody, thanks very much. I'll catch you in the forum tomorrow.
Take care, Anthony. Touch on, mate.
Cheers.
Mate.
So it's hugging the 20. It's hugging the 20 MA as well, which I like.
Yeah.
Okay, so you drew fibs on 15-minute chart.
Yeah.
You trade off 5-minute chart. Why did you drew fib on 15-minute chart?
Because I do the move, and the move is based on 15 minutes. It gets broken on a 5-minute. Just like if I was to swing trade,
yeah,
I would draw my fibs on a 4-hour because it got broken on a 1 hour. But even if you draw on 5 minutes, it's going to be the same exact move.
No, I understand. I just want to get as less down drill as possible, so I can basically work with 15 minutes, right, rather than 5.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go lower and lower and lower. It's just too much mess.
Genesis, I think what Max is saying is he's managing the trade on the 5-minute. So when he actually hits his trigger to go short, for instance,
yeah,
he's actually managing the 5 minutes. So if the reverse fractal starts and the fourth bar breaks when he gets out, so he uses the 5-minute to actually collapse his trade.
Yep.
Is that right, Max?
Exactly.
Okay, so you exit on 5-minute reversal, right? Of fractals.
Yep.
Okay.
5 and 1.
5 and 1. There you go.
No, because it is. I look for a break of 3 and 5, and then.
No, I understand. I'm just not.
Yeah. So look, it's fractals all through. I start on 4 hours.
Yeah.
When 4 hour breaks 3, I go to 1 hour. When 1 hour breaks candle number 4, I go to 15 minutes.
Yeah. I understand.
And then
I trade 4-hour and 1 hour bars. I mean, I've been doing it live for 3 years. That's why.
Yeah.
But I miss scalping sometimes. I miss that quick cash in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, baby. If you do a 5-minute breakdown, scalping, you will get a lot of trades, man. A lot of trades.
So while I'm sitting at home now for 3 weeks in San Francisco, I'm just kind of like waiting for hourly bars to finish. So I'm getting back into scalping a little bit.
You're in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm in Sacramento. We're neighbors.
There you go. We got less.
I must know you guys.
Yo, we got less coronavirus than you do.
yeah, I know.
Anyway, it's nice. All good.
Anyway, Genesis, when he goes to 5-minute, I'm in total pain trying to follow him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just want to chill more than more than that. But I understand. But it's good. It's good. It's like you're looking through the markets and you pick. And by the way, how do you identify Euro JPY that you will be trading today? Why is it not Euro USD?
Oh, bro, look at this. You see all of these? This is
right. But you identify pair before you start trading, correct?
I do it like this. I open all of them up and I cycle through all of them. I create my buys. Here, I'm not gonna go all crazy, but what I do is I go through each one.
Mm-hmm.
I start with 4 hours. I create my bias in 4 hours. I go to 1 hour, and then I go to 15 minutes and 5 minutes, and I wait for a 5-minute breakdown. And whichever one gives it to me first, that's
okay.
the one I trade.
Okay. So do you look at what, 20 pairs? Or just majors? Majors.
I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
I see. Okay, I understand.
20 pairs.
Okay.
Yeah, 21. If
all right.
I might start looking at USD 30.
Look,
you
need a dashboard.
The US.
This is some bullshit indicators. I don't use them. It's some indicators I got with a different system.
No, I understand. I understand. I just wanted to see how you select the pair to trade today. But it's basically the first one that gives you that edge that you're looking for.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I watch all of them because I have a really big screen.
Yeah. Okay.
And so like, okay, I'll show you. This is gonna be a mess because I made some mistakes today, but I'll show you.
That's okay. I just wanted to know how you select the pair to trade. So you can move through the day from different pairs, correct?
Oh yeah, look, this is all my trades from today.
Okay, I see.
I started with GBP AUD.
Right, I see.
Gold, USD CAD, Euro CAD, GBP JPY, GBP, and I just keep going. Whichever one sets up, I trade it.
I see. Okay, that's the.
And then it all went to shit. There's some mistakes here. I'm not gonna lie. I got overzealous, and then I got my act back together, and we kept going. And then I finished with 3%.
Oh man, you got $30. You can buy a coffee now.
Yeah. Well, this is demo money, anyways. So
I understand.
But 3% is 3%, you know.
Yeah.
I'm up 19.5% for this week.
Nice.
Using this exact same thing.
Nice. It's just a matter of conversation. It's going to be different when you trade real time, right?
What do you mean different?
No, the emotions, the feelings, the hype up, the area, it's going to be a little different when you trade larger capital like that.
Possibly. But
anyway, that's fine. It's a good stuff, man. It's a good fractal stuff. You drill down to the nitty gritty right there.
Yeah. So you say start. Why do you think it's a start? What do I need to work on?
No. I'm just saying it's a great stuff with the fractals. I mean, you really went down and you went to fibs and all that stuff. That looks good. The best moment that you have there. I mean, my perspective, and I've been doing it live for 3 years.
Right.
It's a larger account, But
so the only thing that would change is the money management side of it.
Well, how my first question was 8 pips, 1% stop loss. That would be my concern right there for you. Because 4 or 5 trades wrong and you're down 3.5% of the account. If you have $50,000 account, that's it's not a bad, it's not a good loss. So on a demo account at $10, $12 trading just for kind of testing, it's different. But your emotions will be different when you have 8 pips stop loss and 1% on the line of the equity. So that would be definitely different. Okay. You will be sweating, your pulse will get, sweaty, right. And, it's just, it's nothing new for you. But the best thing that you have there is that 70% fib
Yeah.
capturing, that waiting until it gets there and trade there on a limit order,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
That's the best thing that you have there, because you drill down, and now you get into the great entry. But again, I trade with 2% per position, but my stop loss is have to be much higher, because market needs to breathe, needs to move. Any little spike, any whatever. But so that's, you ask what would be my concern. That's my answer. The stop loss, short stop loss, but you have a great entries. So that's my answer.
I understand. I understand.
The FIB is great. FIB with Fractal, this is a good part. The DAS, you should take this into consideration when you're looking for your 50% swing towards the Wednesday after Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
Cool, man.
Very good. Very good.
Anybody else?
Very good. Yes.
Awesome, Max.
Yep.
Great insight. That's good. Making me think a little bit now, which is great for improvement.
Right. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
I've been watching it, and because the reason I'm saying that is because when I take it on the hourly chart, when it closes, I just take the entry, and but sometimes I've got a feeling it's going to pull back because how far it's travelled already, and then when it pulls back, I'm like, shit. You know what I mean? It's one of them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to base this off now, going, if it's a small move off the 3-bar, so then it's going to explode after it closes. But if it's a big move, then I might start that placement level. My basis was have to go quickly before it explodes, because that's what normally happens when that 4th bar breaks. So yeah, I've just been watching what you're doing, and bloody hell, yeah, it's an eye opener, which is great feedback, which I need to have a look at.
So look at if you traded this like this, because this is what I'm considering. I'm considering to start swinging also, and this is how I'm gonna do it next week. Starting next week is when I have a fractal breakdown from a 4-hour to a 1-hour, which happened here. I draw my Fibonacci and I look for a pullback to a 62. By the way, this is a 62, not a 70. I just 61.9, whatever.
Oh, right, 62. Yeah.
Right.
But it's a good level. It's almost. If the trend is strong, it will never reach there. But if you trade among 20 pairs, like I advise DAS to do, not only look at 6 or 7 pairs, look at more pairs. But because some of them will have strong trend, and you will never catch that even 50% retracement. But some of them will get there. So that's the problem. It's sometimes that swing is not that high if the trend is so. You want strong trend, but the swing will not be that high in a strong trend. So
I understand. This last week, if I was swinging this is how I would do it. This is what I'm gonna start doing this week. Is when I get a breakdown 3, 4 on 1 hour, it happened here. I draw my fibs, it never got to 50, so you just keep following it down. And then here, you got, look at this entry, yo.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at that.
If you keep stretching it, it's always gonna get filled. If you're gonna keep stretching it, but yes, it's good. I mean, it's the same. Look, it's the same thing that the DAS draw with a moving average. Look how it hugs 20 moving average, right? It's the same thing. As it touches moving average, get in. I mean, you can,
right.
There's different ways of using it. It's good. It's good to have okay. By the way, guys, last months and a half, we had nothing but trends. mostly. So it's easier for you to see that this will work out. You know, when there's a chop for 3-4 months, you know, like trading range, it becomes more difficult to trade swings with a trend. Yeah, right there, right there. Look at this.
Let's do this.
I
Let's break it down. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, yeah.
Let's just do it real quick. This is gonna be easy. 1, 2, 3. Close above 3. 1 hour.
Okay.
Close above 1 hour. Fibs. Yeah, the entry never came for 62, but it did come for 50 right here.
Okay, well, you're not trading off 50, you're trading off 62.
Yeah, so I would have missed that. So, okay, let's see when it broke back down. One, two, three, nothing here. 1, 2, 3, nothing here. 1, 2, 3. Break to the downside. 1 hour. Sell
That's
here.
me. That's my trade right there.
Yeah, buddy. Here's your entry. Stop loss goes above here. So 132 pips. You got your 1-to-1. Set it at break even. You got your 1-to-1, and then you got taken out for break even.
I don't know if Alan's still on here, but there's a guy who's coded an EA for us. It's looking quite good at the moment. Alan thinks it's going to be amazing, which you can get setups and whatever.
England, you're breaking down.
So much.
England, you're breaking down, man.
Yeah, bro.
We want to hear what you have to say, but we got that.
I'll tell you what, I will, Chris, if you're joining Discord, I'll explain it all on this.
I just did join the Discord, but I'm still in this room, so.
I'll explain it all, but me and Alan, can you hear me properly now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's coded it. There's a few little niggles, but really accurate going back. So like it will give you alert on the 4-hour and 1 hour chart when these things happen. But he's going to put the trade test in there as well, so you can look back over previous years, so see how profitable it is on the R time frame. So it's going to be assigned to anyone in the Discord group with your name on. So once it's be sorted in the next 24 hours, so I'll get out to everyone.
Oh, you're breaking up again.
Look, you got your 1-to-1 here too. And then you got taken out for break even.
Yeah, it took you 3 trades in 3 months, right? Or what?
No, this is same week. This is 4 hours, 1 hour.
Right.
This is 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah, but this is the shitty, choppy market.
Right. That's what I'm. Right.
You're still getting them. I mean, they're not pretty. Don't get me wrong, but you're still getting them. And I'm just going back and forth on these.
You're working. Oh my God, man.
But this is why.
Right there. I just exited the trade. Okay, all this noise is making. Anyway. It's good. So you right now you're showing the 4-hour and 1 hour.
Yeah. Only 4 hour, 1 hour.
Yeah.
Just to see if the swinging it would work.
Right.
And you know, you'd miss some, definitely. Some you would get break even, but so far we missed this one. And we got a 1-to-1 on this one and broke even. Got a 1-to-1 on this one and broke even, and got a 1-to-1 on the way down. So you're 3 out of 3. Here's let's go next. 1, 2, 3. Close.
Anyway, okay, guys, I think we got done, or it looks good.
Yeah.
You know, appreciate Max. It's nice.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure.
You really drill down. I mean, be careful with the stop losses,
Yep.
short stop losses.
Yep.
But you do get definitely R&R. Great, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alrighty, guys. If anybody else wants to talk or share something, if not,
Go
we'll
ahead and stop your recording, buddy.
Hey, I'm out, guys. Thank you.
later, brother.